Spicy lady, breathe in slowly and exhale. This is your sacred space. No noise from the world, only the sound of your own power rising. You are not here to be light. You are here to become undeniable. Let every word you hear penetrate your subconscious. Speak them out loud. Claim them. Embody them. You spicy lady Sigma. I am calm in chaos and lethal in clarity. My silence is not emptiness, it is tragedy. I move with quiet power and unshakable confidence. I do not chase attention. I do not seek validation. I attract what respects my frequency. I am highly selective with my energy. I no longer tolerate what my former self accepted. My boundaries are final. I do not negotiate my peace. I enforce it. I release people, situations, any words that disrespect my value, without guilt, without explanation, and without looking back. And Shadi.
The modern world is obsessed with the hustle. From the moment we wake up to the second we close our eyes, we are bombarded with the message that if we want something, we must chase it until our lungs burn and our spirits fray. We are taught that success is a mountain to be climbed with aggressive grit, and that those who sit still are simply left behind to be forgotten. We are conditioned to believe that the louder we shout and the harder we push, the more the world will reward us. But there's a different kind of power. A quiet, subterranean force that doesn't require a raised voice, a frantic pace, or a desperate plea for attention. There is a specific type of woman who has figured out a secret that baffles the strivers and the climbers. Spicy Lady has stopped chasing, and in doing so, Spicy Lady has become a vacuum for everything Spicy Lady once sought. Spicy Lady doesn't climb the ladder. Spicy Lady becomes the destination that the ladder is trying to reach. This is the realm of the Sigma, female. A woman who understands that the loudest person in the room is rarely the most powerful, and that true abundance is drawn to stillness, not noise. Welcome to time-tested advice where ancient philosophy meets the modern world. I'm your Spicy Lady. Let's get started. To understand why the universe seems to hand opportunities to the Sigma female on a silver platter, we must first look at the profound concept of strategic non-action. In ancient Taoist philosophy, this is known as Wu Wei. It is often misinterpreted by the uninitiated as doing nothing, being lazy, or lacking ambition. However, in the hands of a high-value, self-actualized woman, Wu Wei is a razor-sharp competitive advantage. While other women are participating in the exhausting, soul-crushing theater of the modern corporate and social world, the constant networking, the performative overtime, the desperate need to be seen and validated, the Sigma female simply removes herself from the stage entirely. Spicy Lady understands a fundamental truth of human psychology. Familiarity breeds contempt, but absence creates value. By refusing to play the game, Spicy Lady changes the rules of the game itself. When you stop competing for a seat at a table that doesn't serve your spirit, you force the people at that table to wonder why you aren't there. Eventually, the power dynamic shifts, and they are the ones who come finding you. This deliberate removal of self creates what can only be described as a social and professional power vacuum. In the realm of physics, nature abhors a vacuum and will rush to fill it with whatever matter is nearby. Social circles, corporate hierarchies, and even romantic dynamics operate on this exact same principle. When a woman of high competence and stoic detachment refuses to engage in the rat race, Spicy Lady creates an irresistible mystery. Spicy Lady's absence from the traditional cycle of seeking and pleading creates a gravity that pulls people in. Recruiters, high-level partners, and elite collaborators are used to people chasing them. They are accustomed to being the gatekeepers who grant or deny access. When they encounter a Sigma female, a woman who is perfectly content in Spicy Lady's own silence, and who clearly is not seeking their validation or their permission, their internal compass begins to spin. They begin to seek Spicy Lady out because Spicy Lady's stillness signals a level of self-assurance and mastery that no amount of hustle culture can ever replicate. Spicy Lady's silence speaks louder than any resume ever could. The transition from being a seeker to becoming a destination is the ultimate mastery of professional and personal silence. Most people in modern society signal a deep sense of scarcity through their constant effort. If you are constantly chasing a promotion, a relationship, or a status symbol, you are subconsciously telling the universe that you do not currently have it and that you are terrified you might never get it. This energy of wanting is an energy of lacking. The Sigma female, however, aligns Spicy Lady self with the frequency of already having. Through the practice of Stoic detachment, Spicy Lady lets go of the outcome and focuses entirely on the process. Spicy Lady works on Spicy Lady's craft in the shadows, honing Spicy Lady's skills and building Spicy Lady's internal fortress without the need for an audience or a round of applause. This alignment with psychological flow allows Spicy Lady to work with the grain of the universe rather than against it. Spicy Lady isn't pushing a boulder uphill. Spicy Lady has become the mountain that the boulder is resting upon. Spicy Lady is the fixed point in a world of frantic movement. By the time Spicy Lady reaches this state of being, Spicy Lady's internal magnetic field is so powerful that opportunities do not just arrive. They actively compete for Spicy Lady's attention. This is not some mystical magic. It is the logical result of refusing to settle for the crumbs of the chase. When you refuse to participate in traditional corporate theater, you signal to the world that your time, your intellect, and your energy are too valuable to be spent on performance. You force the world to meet you on your uncompromising terms. You become the rare commodity that cannot be bought with standard incentives or empty promises. This stillness is your greatest weapon, and it is the reason why the universe provides for you without you ever having to break a sweat in the pursuit. You have cultivated a life where your mere existence is the invitation. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, say hello, and consider subscribing to our channel. And if you'd like to support our channel further, become a member by clicking the join button below. The psychological shift required to master this magnetic stillness is profound and often difficult for those raised in a meritocratic society. It involves moving away from the frantic hunter mindset and into the patient architect mindset. The hunter is always looking for the next kill, always scanning the horizon with a sense of underlying anxiety and hunger. The hunter's success is dependent on luck and the movement of the prey. The architect, however, builds something of such immense, undeniable value that people will travel across oceans and through deserts, clear his throat, just to see it. The Sigma female focuses entirely on Spicy Lady's internal architecture. Spicy Lady practices the Stoic art of radically distinguishing between what Spicy Lady can control, Spicy Lady's thoughts, Spicy Lady's daily work, Spicy Lady's personal integrity, and what Spicy Lady cannot. The fickle opinions of others, the timing of the market, or the whims of fate. Why obsessing only over Spicy Lady's own growth and Spicy Lady's own standards. Spicy Lady inadvertently becomes the most attractive prospect in any professional or social environment. This lack of striving is actually the highest and most disciplined form of action. It is the action of maintaining one's high standards in a world that constantly asks you to lower them for the sake of fitting in. It is the difficult action of saying no to 50 mediocre opportunities so that the universe has the empty space required to deliver the one truly exceptional opportunity. When a Sigma female sits in Spicy Lady stillness, Spicy Lady is not being passive or stagnant. Spicy Lady is actively filtering the world. Spicy Lady is letting the noise and the static of the rat race pass through Spicy Lady, while Spicy Lady waits with eagle-eyed precision for the signal. This requires a level of patience that most people find absolutely terrifying. Most people jump at the first sign of success because they are operating from a place of fear, the fear that it won't happen again. The Sigma female waits, knowing that Spicy Lady's value is a fixed point that the world must eventually orbit. Spicy Lady knows that a diamond does not need to shout to be recognized as a diamond. It simply needs to be found that as you begin to cultivate this internal magnetic field, you will notice a strange phenomenon. The hard parts of life become remarkably easy. Relationships that used to require constant maintenance, ego stroking, and emotional labor will either fall away or become effortless. Projects that used to feel like a constant struggle against the current will suddenly find their own momentum. This is the ultimate reward for refusing to signal scarcity. When you act from a place of abundance and stoic calm, the universe responds in kind, mirroring that energy back to you. You are no longer a tiny cog in someone else's machine. You are the one who decides if the machine is even worth your time and energy. This is the true definition of power and the core identity of the Sigma female. You don't have to chase the sun when you have already become the light that others use to find their way. Living this way means you are never truly at the mercy of external circumstances or the shifting tides of the economy. If an opportunity passes you by, you don't mourn it or feel a sense of loss because you know with absolute certainty that what is truly meant for you cannot miss you. This detachment is exactly what makes you so dangerous and effective in a competitive environment. You cannot be manipulated by fear. You cannot be bought by greed. And you cannot be swayed by the need for approval because your foundation is entirely internal. You are the destination. You are the goal. You are the prize. And as long as you remain centered in your own power, your own integrity, and your own silence, the universe will continue to provide exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, without you ever having to lift a finger to chase it. You have mastered the art of letting the world come to you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'm your host, Spicy Lady, and I read every comment.